Does God care about animals? Can we treat animals just any way that we want? Can we just approach life with total disregard for the sake of animals? Welcome to this, your daily 180 Bible study. This week we're talking about environmental ethics. And we need to talk about this idea. How do we treat the creatures around us? Well, keep this in mind. God is concerned about them. As a matter of fact, in Matthew chapter 6 and verse number 26, it says that God feeds the birds of the air. In Psalm 100 and verse number 104, Psalm 104, beginning at verse number 10. Listen. He sends the springs into the valleys. They flow among the hills. They give drink to every beast of the field. The wild donkey quenches their thirst. But by them the birds of the heavens have their home. They sing among the branches. And then drop down to verse number 14. He causes the grass to grow. Why? For the cattle, and vegetation for the service of man. Now, isn't that interesting there? God's interested about the environment. That doesn't mean that an animal is on the same level of importance with a man, but it also means we don't have a right to go around and be abusive to animals. As a matter of fact, as you go on in this text, down in verse number 28, we see there, beginning back at verse 25 of Psalm 104, he talks about the fact God takes care of all the creatures of the sea. And notice in verse number 28, he says, what you give them, they gather in. You open your hand, they are filled with good. Isn't that a beautiful picture? God makes sure that the creatures of the sea, he opens his hand to them. Now, should we have the attitude that we can just go out and kill animals just for fun? No. You know, it's really a very righteous, compassionate thing to responsibly hunt and to gather food. It is a good thing through good management. But we don't have the right to be abusive to animals just for the sake of wantonly killing an animal. Proverbs chapter 12 and verse number 10 says, a righteous man regards the life of his animal, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. There's no excuse for not regarding the importance of animals. But again, we need to keep in mind, mankind is to have dominion and subdue the earth. Man is the crowning achievement of God in creation. Join us again tomorrow.